other dogs. Now, when a pit bull attacks a human being, to me, that's totally unnatural. You have someone who bred it as a killing machine, which is totally not their nature. They're better with people than any breed I know. Now, towards other dogs, that is a completely different story. That's when all of the training and all of the management and all of the attention to detail really plays in when you're talking about a pit bull with another dog. And that's part of the huge responsibility.
This is where the problem comes in. We're talking about the pit bull now. This dog ends up in the pound. A rescuer or someone with a bleeding heart, they see this dog and they say, wow, look at him, he's so sweet. Let's adopt him.
There are too many rescue organizations out there that shouldn't be rescuing this breed. They don't know the breed. They don't understand them. They don't recognize them.
I think a lot of people are adopting the bully breeds because, they just want to save something that's in need.
If I'm doing a home inspection for somebody that's interested in a pit bull, first of all, they need to be a homeowner. They would need to have a secure fence and also a kennel with a top and a bottom. Other dogs would need a place to be also if you're going to have multiple dogs.
I think when people first enter, they kind of assume that I have very vicious dogs. And so this is why I have security gates up in the house. But the reality is I became a little nuts and I rescued a fourth dog. Oompa, my red-nosed pit bull who was being groomed for dog fighting, I kind of just brought him in the house, threw him into my little pack, and kind of thought that everything was going to be okay, and it wasn't. The two males started trying to figure out who was going to be on top, and 3 fights have already broken out. So to prevent any more fights from happening, we have the security gates. Both my daughter and I made sure that we're going to be safe and they're going to be safe, and on top of that, they go through training every week.
People who own pit bulls, the reason they don't want any other breed than a pit bull is because they literally feel like they're so human-like. I don't think there are problem dogs. I think there are owners who need a better education, but then you attach the reputation, specifically because he's a pit bull, people will freak out.
It sounds like a pit bull is a bad word. It should be banned, or we should make a PC word for a pit bull. So my PC version is calling her an American Staffordshire. So when people ask, hey, what kind of dog do you have? I say she's American Staffordshire Terrier. So people are like, oh. But if I say she's a pit bull, then they're like, oh. So it all depends on how you word it. I decided to get a pit bull because they have such a bad reputation, even though 100 years ago they used to be the #1 family dog.
They have such a high pain threshold that kids could ride them and pull their tails and poke their eyes, and the dog was neutral to that. It just didn't matter.
I belong to an organization called Love and Four Paws, and we provide hospitals with animal-assisted therapy.
It's all a matter of training. These dogs are trained to be gentle, and they're bred to be gentle. But pit bulls in general are not mean dogs. We have dogs that visit every child in the hospital at least 3 times a week for comfort visitations at the bedside. And they're all very gentle and very kind and very well trained to work with hospitalized children. These children had major surgeries. They've been having a lot of pain. And a dog that is just a little bit more comfortable with just letting the child sit there and pet it, touch their ears, pull on their tails, kiss them, hug them, are the best for this.
When people think of pit bulls, all kinds of things come to their mind. Drug dealers, they think of people that are fighting the dogs, but not by any means, they're actually bred for temperament, to be a loyal, family pet. What I found interesting about this breed is that you can go to these barbecues at the parks, you can go to these dog shows, you can go to weight pulling shows, and when you look around, you see whites, Hispanics, blacks, Asians, and they're talking, they're laughing, and they're all there because of the breed.
The modern day urban youth see this dog as, oh, this is my dog of pride. This is my dog of pride. And a lot of people is using these dogs, to better their lifestyle. You got a lot of people that used to be hardcore street people that's in these dogs now that turned their life around because they say, oh, I can make money on pit bulls in a positive way. They're not fighting them. They breeding them to a certain look, oversized head, big bone, ugly looking, mean looking dogs, but they not. Them dogs rather lick you than to bite you.
There are 52 total dogs right now deemed vicious under California state law. The one flipping the bill for all of them right now is the American Pit Bull Terrier. But we basically hold this so that we can start mainstreaming the breed and see if we can get together with some good people, lawmakers, good breeders, so we can put laws together that make sense and also give people the right to own these dogs. Los Angeles is going to be one of the biggest cities that BSL is going to approach, and basically the whole United States is watching. And we pull people aside and say, look, check it out. This is what's going on. This is how you look. You're holding this dog. He's got a spike. He's got a chain. This is part of the problem. This is how they see us. This is how they view us. And we need you to be part of the solution, because we're going to get to a point where we're not able to keep our dogs. So that's the goal, to bring in the public, educate us. In turn, we will educate on local law and why people see us and the breed the way they do.
Set Free Soldiers come out representing for the dogs right there, and you know, we got a dog ministry at Set Free. You know, Set Free is a ministry I started in 1982. Came out of state prison. I was into drugs, violence, and gave my life to the Lord. And it's for people that don't fit into the mainstream type of church. And that's why we like the pit bull lifestyle dogs, because the people are more our people, down-home people, appreciate their dogs, and not into poodles or any of that kind of stuff. And it's all part of our motorcycle lifestyle, having one of these dogs, you know, getting them trained up, making them obedient, behaving like we like our women to be, you know. Because pit bulls represent something that is hardcore looking, kind of infamy to their name and the story behind them, but yet they're like big teddy bears. They're like my partner Big Ed over there. I mean, he's just as soft and sweet as can be on the inside, but on the outside, he looks like he'd eat you. That's why we like pit bulls. They got the look, and they got the style that represents the Set Free Soldiers' way of life. You know, we want to pull in and look like it might be trouble. We like to go where Pizza Man won't deliver, but we're there to reach out a hand to help somebody. And that's what pit bulls are all about. You know, they're a good, strong, healthy dog, but they're loyal, they're dependable, and they really are kind. You know, when raised up right. So that's why we're into pit bulls.
We've been going to all the bully shows. Maybe going to start our own group and do our own thing, because some of the bully shows are just kind of, I don't know, not the crowd we really want to be in. The big thing now is let the dogs bark at each other. You know, they're pulling on the leash and getting pictures of that, but it's such bad training for your dog. I would never want my dog to do it. I don't care how good the picture might be. To him, it's a toy. How else is a dog going to play? He can't exactly grab a Game Boy, can he? We keep our dogs tame and nice, and I don't want anything getting a hold of my boy. Some of these bully events that we're having, there's people bringing dogs out there that are acting aggressive. I don't think those dogs should be allowed to be at any shows. I don't think they should be allowed to be brought in public at all. And I think on some levels, maybe that dog shouldn't even be alive.
If you at a UKC show and you face a dog off, you out. The pit bull has different aspects, and the modern day man done changed the aspects of the pit bull. The new thing with the bully people is getting bigger bone, bigger head. Only way you're gonna get that overemphasized head on the pit bull is you gotta go out of the pit bull strands.
They look ferocious. They're scary looking dogs. A lot of characters want these dogs just for appearance. If a dog could be bling, then that's what you're seeing, is a dog that has turned into a piece of jewelry.
Any breed of dog, not just ours, when they start breeding for specifics, specific size, specific color, specific heads, I'm afraid we're missing the point and we're not looking at the things that really matter.
But my question is, can that dog work? Can he go out there and work? Can he weight pull? No matter how big he is, can he pull? This dog was never bred to be in the inner city. He was bred to be in the country working. This is a working breed.
1410. We're getting up to the 100-pound class, and traditionally the